Another day, another drawing that we're going to do together. Hi, I'm Boris, working for Joe Gibbs Racing. Safer at home these days, as you might be. A lot of us kind of slowly getting back into it. We're doing drawing on Tuesdays and Thursdays now because I'm slowly getting back into the office and things hopefully are getting a little bit closer to being back to normal. But I tell you what, today we're going to draw something fun because this is a fun weekend in NASCAR. And this year it's doubly fun. And I'm going to explain that in a second. But first, I want to see who's out there and who's watching. Get your drawing materials together because we're going to have some good times drawing today. There's Sean out there and David, Kyle, Shahir, Daniel, Thomas, a lot of people out there watching. It is a fun weekend in NASCAR for two reasons. It's throwback weekend, right? Amazing paint schemes, many of which are JGR ones that I hope you've seen on our social media channels. Denny, all of them, they all have amazing throwback paint schemes this year. I hope you're going to go check them out. We'll be drawing some of the current throwbacks later in the week, but today we're going to throw it way back to one of the first NASCAR cars, certainly one of the most recognizable NASCAR cars, and that's going to be the Hudson Hornet, which also starred in the movie Cars, which you may like I like that movie. So we're going to draw Doc Hudson, the Hudson Hornet today. Way throwback, big time throwback for drawing today. The second reason this weekend is so fun is because it starts the playoffs in NASCAR. That's right, the playoffs, and we have Martin, Denny, and Kyle in the playoffs, ready to go for another championship. I hope you're cheering them on. I know I will be. And of course, Eric's out there going for some more wins. So, let's get started. I'm going to start with my marker here. And I'm going to show you what we were working on last week, in case you missed it. Lots of color and swooshes and excitement last week in that drawing. And then a Daytona drafting drawing. I hope you were here. If you missed that, make sure you watch on YouTube. They're all up there on YouTube. So tune in, check those out. Today, we're drawing the Hudson Hornet. Now let me show you a picture after I welcome Tony and Robert and Jeffrey and Charles and Jacob and Patrick and Shane. There's Daniel, Jason, all sorts of people out there watching. Thank you so much. And there I hear Carter is out there. Hello, Carter. 6 years old in North Carolina. Really glad you're watching with us. I hope you like the Hudson Hornet. There's Jack. Thank you, Jack, for the recent gifts you sent, you and your family. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Well, here's a picture of the Hudson Hornet. There he is. You know what he looks like, right? That's what we're going to draw today. I hope you're ready, because I'm ready. I'm ready to get started. First things first, you got to realize, usually we draw race cars in a straight box because they're kind of, streamlined and straight, but the Hudson Hornet is full of curves. This is a major throwback. Let's start with some curves. So the bottom line is going to be slightly curved all the way this way, like that. Okay? It's kind of like an eyelash. You know what I mean? Sort of like an eyelash. Curving up a little bit. Okay? Make sure you get that in there. Alrighty. What's next? What do you think? What's next? Well, what's funny is that on this car you can't really see the rear wheel. So we won't have to draw the rear wheel. The rear of the car, this is the trunk. It goes up. And then it comes forward like this. Okay? So that's what I want you to do. And that kind of looks like a loaf of bread. Right? We're not used to drawing cars like that, but I'm telling you, that's what happens on this car. Maybe it looks like a shoe a little bit. Yeah, it's odd, I know. Trust me. It doesn't look like a race car yet, but it will soon. This was one of the first and most famous race cars in NASCAR. Okay, now I want you to draw a circle right where that line finished, okay? That's going to be the first headlight. Now our headlights on our Camrys that we race do not look like that, do they? They are sleek, they are aggressive, they're streamlined, they're sharp, they're fast, they're strong. This is just a circle. That's pretty much what they had to work with back then. I believe we're talking about the 50s, 1950s, right? We're throwing it way back today. Way back. All right. Next, We're going to work on the Hudson Hornet's mouth. We'll call it the mouth. It's really just the grill. But we're going to give him a smiley face like this. Alright. Smiley face like that. Kind of looking like a frog a little bit, isn't it? Now that I see it. It looks like a frog. Maybe that's what we should have said we were drawing today. The frog race car. Okay. A lot of weird lines going on here, I know. It's kind of odd, doesn't look like a race car, but trust me, it's going to work out. We need a second headlight though, don't we? We need another headlight over here. And it's going to look even more like a frog after this. Alright, there's another headlight. Who knew you were going to get to draw a frog and a race car all in the same episode? Alright, next we're going to put in that wheel well for the front wheel. And I know we always draw upside down letter U's, but this time you need to make it kind of flat, like this. Watch how I do it, and then you can do it. It goes up, and it's a flat bottom U like that, and it comes back down. Okay? So it's kind of a flat bottom U upside down. While you're catching up, I'm going to read just a few more comments, see how y'all are doing. There's Lynette out there and Ryan. Hello, thanks for watching. Tony's all the way in Oregon. Oh man, long way away from me. I appreciate that. Where are you watching from? Because I'm in North Carolina. Pretty day. We've had a lot of rain, but that's still pretty, right? I think so. Thank you for all the retweets and the comments, all the thumbs up and the hearts. Thanks for sharing it with your friends as well, because that is how we get more people watching and more people drawing. All right, we've got that smile in there. I want you to add another line above it like that. Kind of give it some dimension in that smile. And then he has the grill, the top of the grill, it goes the opposite direction. So I want you to carry that up like this. Okay? Just about like that. See how I did kind of a rainbow shape up there? Like that? Pretty nice, isn't it? Pretty nice. This is an old car, throwback to the 50s, the beginning of NASCAR. This is throwback week. We're unveiling a lot. I hope you've been following us, because we have unveiled some really cool cars for Joe Gibbs Racing. Alright, we'll get back to that nose and that grill in a second, because it gets a little complicated. Now we're going to move into the hood. And the hood is going to start up here like this. It's going to start at that right side light, and it's going to go up, and it's going to go over here like this. Okay? Kind of like you drew on the back, a hump like that, but up at the front, and then another hump over the headlight like that. Okay? It's looking pretty good, isn't it? All right, just take your time, be patient. If this is your first time joining us, it doesn't have to look perfect. This is just practice, just an opportunity to try something new here. All right, now we need the bottom of the windshield, and we're going to connect that line all the way back here, about midway, all the way back here. Whew, long windshield. All right. Now, you remember what the A post and the B post and the C post are? Well, here's a current race car. The A post is at the front, the B post is in the middle, and the C post is at the rear of the roof. A, B, C, and in between are the windows where the driver climbs in and where the air vents are. Windshield has the A post, the rear windshield has the C post, and right in the middle is the B post. So since we're at the windshield, I want you to draw the A post. And I want you to make it start right over here and make it go straight up, a bit at an angle like that. Okay? And then you have to draw another one back here like that. See, our windshields now, they're leaned far back like that, but they were much more straight up back in the 50s. Okay. How about the roof now? Hopefully I'm not going too fast for you. If If you need to watch back, you can always watch the replay, watch it on YouTube, watch it here, and pause me every now and then. Let's see, Jeremy's out there, and Daryl and Eric, Jamal and Dean, Michael and Javier and Brad. Appreciate you all watching. Of course, we got long-time watchers. We got Daniel out there. There's Jack out there, like I mentioned before. There's Ryan. We're having fun. Drawing today. Over our lunch break. I haven't had lunch yet. I'm hungry. I'm going to go make a sandwich after this. Alright, let's get back to drawing that roof now that I hope you're caught up. So the roof is going to be all the way back here. And it's going to go up. And then it's going to carry along like this. See that? See how it's curved? We've drawn a lot of race car roofs on this show. So you should be an expert at that. Alright, Doc's looking good, isn't he? Looking pretty good. Alright. Let's see. I think we need to finish these windows, don't you think? So draw your B post back here. And there's your rear window. It really, even though it looks different than today's cars, all the same elements, right? All the same designs are basically there. You've got the window and the B post and the rear window and the C post and the A post and the windshield and the grille and the lights. They look a lot different, but they're all basically the same core foundation of a car, aren't they? All right. Now the windshield has rounded corners. So I want you to watch what I'm doing here. Follow along after. It's not a squared off rectangle like the windshields on today's race cars. It's like that. It's rounded. Okay? So you make sure you do round edges and not pointy edges. And he actually has a bar right down the middle of the windshield. Can you believe that? And back in the day, sometimes it was hard to make big long pieces of glass like we do today. So they had to have 2 pieces of glass for the windshield. So that's what we have here. Alright. Now we'll get back to drawing the eyes in a second. I know that's going to be the fun part. It's really going to bring him to life. But we need to give him some wheels, don't we? And remember in the back, there's just a little bit of a view of the wheel because, believe it or not, it's covered up by the side panels. So we're just doing a little bump back there. A little half circle, half moon for that rear wheel. Now if you've seen the movie Cars, like I have, you know that Doc Hudson has a special trick for getting around the turns. You know what that is? It's the slide job, right? It's sliding. And you have to turn the wheels to the left. So that's what we're going to draw here. We're going to draw an almost full circle for the front wheel because it's turned sharp to the left. And now the circle is facing us completely. So I'm just going to draw that like that. An almost full circle. Now you can't see all of it because it's back up in the wheel well. So, you know, you can't see all of it, but it's there. And then on the other side, I'm going to do the same thing, but we can only see a little bit of the wheel back here. So just drawing kind of a moon shape back here to show that he's turning. All right. There you go. Yeah, I'm liking this. All right, when you're ready, we're going to get back to the grill area because there's a lot of lines up here. All right. So let's see here. He's got a little mouth here. This is the character, so I'm going to fill that in with black. Just give him a mouth. And then, let's see. We are going to double up on the line on top like a rainbow. Up there. See that? Doubling that up. And then he has the letter A right in the middle of his grill. Now I'm going to zoom in on this phone so you can see what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, see this right here? It's like a letter A right in the middle. I don't think it's supposed to be an A, but that's what it looks like. You know, one of the secrets of drawing really well is finding shapes inside of your image that you already know how to draw and then drawing those. So I see a letter A, so I'm going to draw a letter A over there. because that's how he came together. That's how they put Doc Hudson together, so that's how we're going to draw him. Right there. Alright. And then there's another line in here, like this, kind of going through the middle of the A. Okay? Yeah, that's looking good, looking good. I'm just going to fill in some of that in black. You don't have to get it perfect, but it helps to have a picture of Doc if you want to Google that. Or you can just watch what I do. How about that? Looking pretty good, I'd say. We're getting pretty close to being done with the outline, and we can color them in. On the wheel, make sure you draw a smaller circle for the actual wheel, because the tire's around the outside, right? And rubber. The metal is on the inside. And he has very simple wheels, not like today's race cars. These are just flat discs up there, making it easier on our artistry here. Oh yeah, this is already looking like him. I can tell, can't you? Don't forget a little accent line here on the hood, just to make it come to life a little bit. We also have an accent line down here on the bottom, like that. And he actually has a door handle. Gotta have a door handle in there. This is, you know, back in the day they just bought the cars off the showroom floor, the car dealership, and then turned them into race cars. A little different than how we do it today, but make sure you get that handle in there. Alright, now the fun part. Well, one more thing. My buddy Jack out there, he knows something's very important in a drawing, and I'm missing it here. And that important thing is to have a shadow in a drawing. Because it does what? It sticks the car to the track. So, I want you to draw a shadow like that. Okay? And stick that car to the track, to the road, so that we know that he has some good grip and he's not going anywhere. You know what I mean? So I'm just filling that in. You don't have to fill it all in right now. I know it can take a while to fill it in, so do what you need to do, but just wanted to give him a good shadow there before we draw my favorite part that turns this car from an ordinary car into Doc from the Cars movie, okay? And you know what that takes? You know what that means? Some eyes, some eyelids. So here's what I want you to do. You see this windshield? Stop what you're doing. If you're doing that shadow, we're going to the eyes now. You can finish that shadow later. We got to go to those eyes now. So I want you to draw a line through the middle like this. Through the middle of the windshield. I know it's painful to do that. You would never think that you were supposed to do something like that, but that is what's going to make these eyes look fantastic, because he has eyelids. Next, we need to draw the pupils, the circles, right? Just like the wheels, we're going to draw a circle here. Half circle, I should say, not a full circle. One there, and one really close to the left side over there. And then in the middle, we're going to fill it with black. And I'm going to leave a little white dot in the black area for the light. Okay? Like that. Look at that. Just with those simple lines that you know how to draw, we have turned this into a character, Doc Hudson. Right? Did you see what you did there? You know how to draw a straight line. That's what you did, the eyelids. And you know how to draw curved lines like a smiley face or a half circle. And just like that, you gave this drawing a whole new meaning and a whole new life and a whole new personality just with simple lines. So that's why drawing is really pretty cool and pretty fun. Alrighty. Well, there's a lot of writing on the side of Hudson, Doc Hudson. I'm not going to fill out all those words because we can barely see them. They're kind of hidden in there. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to draw some rectangles that are going to represent some of the lines. Okay? You'll see what I mean. These are shapes like this, and they go up like that, riding up the side of the car. They go like this, like that. And I'm not actually going to write out all the words and the letters. I'm just going to allude that they're there. And allude means, you know, I'm just kind of giving a hint that they exist. So I'm doing those shapes, and then I'm going like this. I'm drawing lines up those shapes like that. And that's going to tell the viewer that, you know, there's words there, but the drawing's so small that we're not gonna write them all out. We're just kind of alluding to the fact that they are there. Okay? Got it? Good. There's also a logo here, old NASCAR logo there. There's some writing up on the hood that tells how big the engine is up here. Again, I'm not writing letters, I'm just filling in some blocks of shape that we'll color in to keep it separate from the blue. Oh yeah, he's looking good, isn't he? Looking real good. I like that. Alright, I'm getting my crayons out. You finish up and you get ready for some coloring. I'm going to read some more of your comments. I really enjoy that part. There's Bobby out there, and Vashun, and Dave, and Will, Michael. A lot of people watching. I appreciate that. Good times. I hope you and your family are doing well. Hope you're staying healthy and safe during this time. Some odd times out there, I know, but we're making the most of it. We're learning new things like drawing. My buddies and I have picked up the hobby of disc golf as well. Have you ever done that? Thrown some discs around like golf? So there's a lot of fun things we can do to make the most out of sometimes a difficult time. Alright, now let's start coloring. Pull out that blue and let's get to work on this color. And this is what's really going to bring this together. Now I'm going to start with my darkest blue at the bottom, and I am not going to go into these shapes for these letters and words that I did, right? I'm going to keep those clear so that I can color different colors in there for the shapes, for the words. But my darkest blue is going to be down here, like this. So I'm going to go over it once, and then I'm going to go over it again a little harder, trying not to break my crayon, because I've been known to do that several times. Not only when I was a kid, but even as an adult, I still press too hard and break the crayon. I don't know when I'll ever learn, but perhaps I will never learn. Alright, this is not even as dark as I wanted. I want it even darker than this. Oh, there we go. Now that's a Doc Hudson color. Kind of a dark royal blue look to it. So what I do to get darker is I go over it a second time. So up in the top, when I'm going to stay a little lighter, that will be where I just do one time. Go over it one time. Keep the headlight white, keep the grill white. We're going to color those different colors later. I'm going to go over these dark shades twice. You just have fun and fill it in how you fill it in best. There's no real perfect way to fill it in. I like to keep the lines all going the same direction, front to back. That's my little trick, but you of course can do whatever you want to do there. I'm looking at an image of Doc, and it's telling me where the darkest blues are, so that's really helpful to look at images. You're doing that today by looking at my image, what I'm drawing, and I'm looking at an image on the internet. Don't forget the eyelids. The eyelids need to be the same color as the rest of the car, okay? So, there we go. Now those parts I filled in, I'm going to go back over them a second time to really make them dark, really make them hit home that hey, that's a dark shadow, a dark shade on that car. It's going to make the car look more real if you have different shades and it's not all the same color. Okay? I'm doing a lot of color in here, a lot more coloring than I usually do. Okay. Filling it in, filling it in. Nice. Alright, now I'm going to be a little lighter over here probably. Just giving some different shading on the car. Remember, I'm leaving these words filled in a different color. In fact, this top set of words is going to stay white. That's what color they are on the car. The bottom one is going to be kind of a yellow. Alright. Filling in all that blue. Now if I'm going faster than you're able to go, don't worry about it, don't get stressed out. You can always come back and finish it off. And when I move ahead, stick with me so you can learn these new things. Right, looking pretty good, isn't it? Give it some more shading in there. A squeaky table here. I need to fix this squeaky table, don't I? Yeah. Alright, that's looking pretty good, isn't it? I got my blue done. What's next? Well, how about that yellow? It's like an orangey yellow for this bottom set of words, and that's where the word Hornet is. So I'm going to do lightly, very lightly in orange. I'm going to come back over it with my yellow, like that. That's where it says Hornet, but you don't have to write all that out. We just did some shapes to make it look like there are letters there. Got a number on the back. That's one of Kyle's favorite numbers. 51 is what's on Doc's car as well, so that's pretty cool. Kyle likes that number as well. I'm going to give him some blue eyes. Then we're going to keep the rest of that eye in white. Look how good that looks as an eye, don't you think? Yeah. Alright, the final one, final color, is going to be gray and silver. So, here's what I want you to do. On this wheel, I want you to cut it in half like this. See how I did a line down the middle of it? The top is going to stay white, the bottom is going to be gray. And that makes it look like metal. It makes it look reflective like this. So, if you trust me on that and keep the top white, that is going to look like a metal wheel. I'm going to do some gray lines back here because this is also metal. And then I'm going to do some gray lines on the grill because this is also metal. A lot of metal on these cars. There we go. Yeah. I'm going to get my black and I'm going to darken up some of that metal. Add some black lines in there, really make it look good. See how that wheel looks shiny now? You kept the top white, the middle is a dark gray, and the bottom is a light gray, and it looks like a shiny wheel. Now make sure you color in this tire with some black. And the cool thing is you're never going to get that black crown to be as black as the black marker you use, so it'll look like a dark gray and you'll still be able to see the tire. See that? I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to color in some windows up here with kind of a medium gray. Just draw them real lightly with my black. And just like that, we're done with the car part, aren't we? Came to life. The fabulous Hudson Hornet. The major NASCAR throwback drawing here. I mean, I haven't seen any real world cars throwback to the Hudson Hornet, have you? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they have, but I figured we'd draw that today. Now, Doc likes to race on the dirt, so we're going to use brown. And I'm just going to color in some brown at the bottom. You can color as much or as little brown as you like. I'm just coloring a little bit to give him a little bit of a platform to stand on. See what I mean? Just a little bit. Just so it looks like he's sitting on the dirt. Go behind my back here a little bit. The magic of internet drawing. Just a little bit of dirt down there, just to make it look like he's really sitting on the ground and not out in space floating around. The shadow helps, and then the dirt helps with that. Get dark under there in the shadow. Yeah, that's looking good. That's looking cool. I'm even able to go over my marker, and you can't really see it probably on your screen, but it really paints on top of it nicely and makes a dark brown, so I'm loving that. Whew. All right. Used a lot of brown there. I might even go in with some orange in that brown just to add some character and some color. And if you know, the opposite of blue is orange. So when I add this orange in here, it just makes that brown and that blue pop and look even better. Add a little black in there just to make it look like the dirt, you know? Dirt has a lot of colors, a little bit messy, so drawing that. And I think that pretty much does it. Pretty much does it, I think. I might come up here. I don't know. I don't know if I want to do any sky. I don't think I'm going to do any sky. Well, yeah, we're going to do some sky. We'll make it look like a sunset. We'll do some pink. We'll do some pink behind him for the sky. That's going to make it look like a sunset. There we go. I'm just kind of going by the seat of my pants here. Not really, didn't really know that's what color we'd be using, but I think that looks pretty good. Just a light pink, just to add some color back there. Maybe even a little more orange, you know? Sunset has some orange in it. I'm getting crazy here, aren't I? I'm doing a lot of stuff that I didn't plan on doing, but that's all right. That's why drawing's fun. And there you go. Just like that, Doc Hudson has come to life on your paper. I hope yours turned out well. I'm really happy with mine. I think it's a pretty nice drawing. We did Lightning McQueen not long ago, so if you want to draw Lightning McQueen, make sure you search that. Don't forget to sign your work and put your date on it so that you know when you drew it. Maybe 20 years from now you'll be drawing for your kids, right? And there you go. The Hudson Hornet. Major throwback. I hope you're going to watch this weekend. We've got another drawing show on Thursday. Make sure you tune in and enjoy. Show me what you're drawing. Put them in the comments. Show me your drawings. And I'll catch you next time, all right? Thanks again for watching. Have a good day.